Alright, so I thought I'd just take the time today to talk a little bit more about my 1993 Ford F-150 XL. So, it's a 1993 F-150. It's got the 300 inline 6 in it, 4.9 liter, and it's a 5-speed manual. I got it about mid-January. Didn't run. It cranked over, but just didn't run. Turned out to be the fuel pump in it. Both fuel pumps burned out in it because it's got 2 tanks. So first thing I did was I took the front tank off, brought it down, took the fuel pump out, and I repaired it because like a wire broke off inside of it. And that worked. It started and ran, drove around the neighborhood a little bit. Then I parked it down there for the night. When I came back the next morning, lost compression on 5 of the 6 cylinders. Just crank over and you just constantly just So I had to figure out what was wrong with it. It ended up being stuck valves. So I had to take the valve cover off, and that was a bit of a pain in the ass. I'll show you why in a minute. And me and my dad had to literally beat the top of the valve with a hammer and pop it up with a pry bar like a lot of times on each valve. That ended up taking about like, I don't know how long, maybe 4 hours or so. Put it all back together, and it ran fine after that, and it's still been fine. But then the front fuel pump crapped out once again for good. So we had to drop both tanks, got 2 new fuel pumps for it, put them in, they've been working fine ever since. But the front tank started leaking a little bit. So I had to take the fuel pump out again, and I had to put a new seal on it because it just wouldn't work. So that's what it took to get it to run. Had to replace all 4 shocks because those were worn and stuff. But yeah, it's been a pretty good truck. Shift's nice. Alright, let me just pop the hood for you real quick. Alright, so there's the engine. And the reason why it was such a pain in the ass to get to the valves was, this is the intake manifold. It's above the valve cover. So you have to take this upper intake manifold plenum off in order to get to it, which is kind of a stupid design, but whatever. So, yeah, that wasn't, it was alright to do. This valve cover is completely black, so I cleaned that off and stuff. But yeah, it runs good. Solid little runner. Me and my dad put a glass pack muffler in it. We took the old one out and put a glass pack in it. If you don't know what it is, it's pretty much like a straight pipe, but it's got some muffling stuff around it. I'll show you. And I put an exhaust tip on it. See right there? Yeah, so it's pretty loud now. Before it was really quiet, couldn't hear the exhaust. So, yeah. Let's get started. Have to push the clutch in. Sounds pretty nice out high. I really like the body style, the square body, the old square body style. That was really nice. Right now, running off the back tank. The front tank works as well. Switch right here. Switch to the front one. Gas gauge moves a little bit. So it's a pretty good truck. Drives fine and everything. So power steering pump's a bit noisy. I already placed the fluid in it. Placed all the fluids in it except for the brake fluid. AC works. Everything works. It's two-wheel drive, so that's pretty cool. That paint's supposed to be green, but it doesn't really look green. Right here, you can kind of see it. You have to try and buff the paint out on it. Yeah, 5-speed manual. 99,000 miles, about 100,000. 27 miles till it's 100,000. It's not as loud as a Mustang. Got the classic wind windows. So yeah, there it is. Hope you all enjoyed it.